Hello, Derek Price here again. And today we're going to cover Principle 110 in the Price Principle series, Reframing Expectations and Reality. So, again, hello. Today I'm going to dive right into a crucial aspect of personal and professional growth. It's about managing our expectations to align more realistically with our actual experiences. Today, I'm going to unpack Principle 110, Reframing Expectations and Reality. And the principle is not just a method, but it's a mindset shift that can profoundly impact how we approach our goals and interact with the world around us. And the principle is essential for anyone looking to cultivate a healthier, a more realistic perspective on life and its various challenges. Now, let's talk about what. What is understanding this Principle 110? Well, Principle 110 encourages us to visualize managing expectations and reality through the metaphor of two boxes. We're going to define these boxes. So imagine two boxes in front of you. One is labeled, and yes, of course, I have my Rubik's Cube with me all the times. One is labeled expectations, and the other, significantly larger, is labeled reality. And often we pack our expectation box so full that it becomes difficult to close. And we expect perfection from ourselves at every turn. And we anticipate straightforward paths towards our goals and foresee others acting and reacting in specific ways that favor our desires. And in contrast, the reality box is much larger because life is complex and it's multifaceted. Reality includes variables we can't control and unforeseen challenges, and the simple truth that not everything aligns with our desires. And by acknowledging this, we can begin to fit our expectations within the larger box of reality. And one smaller box for expectations and a larger box for reality. You see, by conceptualizing expectations as needing to fit within the broader scope of reality, we align our hopes and anticipations more closely with what is genuinely achievable and likely. This approach aims to minimize the potential disappointment that arises when there's a significant gap between what we expect and what occurs. Guys, listen, we don't control anything outside of our attitude and our energy. So where does disappointment come from? Unmet expectations. So hopefully we're reframing that and get you guys a little bit away from being disappointed. Why are we talking about this principle? Well, the importance of this principle is about understanding and implementing, and it becomes crucial because it directly addresses the common human tendency to set expectations that are often misaligned with reality. This misalignment can lead to disappointment and frustration and even a diminished sense of self-worth. And by reframing our expectations to fit within the confines of a larger, more realistic context, we set ourselves up for much less disappointment and enhanced satisfaction with the outcomes of our efforts. And this is particularly important in a world that values high performance and perfection, which can lead to, you guessed it, unrealistic aspirations. So let's talk about a practical application. Well, let's take a professional, for example. You're working on a project and you aim for flawless execution and timely completion. And these are your expectations. Normal, been there, CEO, I get it. Now, place those in the reality box and consider potential obstacles like delays and feedback loops and unforeseen complications, and adjust your expectations to account for these. Perhaps aim for excellent rather than flawless. Both of them are pretty good. Execution and a realistic buffer for your timeline. This approach doesn't mean lowering your standards. Instead, it's about setting targets that are high, but within the realm of achievable, given real world conditions. And this adjustment leads to greater satisfaction and less frustrations as you're more likely to meet these realigned expectations. So let's look at, and I'm going to screw the name up, and my operations guy, Josh, is going to be ticked at me. But we looked at the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who teaches that the only things truly within our control are our thoughts and actions. That's it. Your expectations fall under the boundary of your thoughts and are therefore completely within your control. So if you're disappointed because you have unmet expectations, guys, I love you. That's on you. Okay. So let's go into the lesson, a tangible daily practice here. The lesson here is simple, yet I think it's profound. Expect less and you'll be disappointed less. To bring this into daily practice, start each day or task by clearly defining what you expect from it. Write down these expectations if helpful. Then critically assess whether these expectations are realistic, considering potential obstacles and external factors that could influence the outcome. Adjust your expectations accordingly to ensure they fit more comfortably within the reality box. And this practice encourages flexibility and adaptability. That are key traits for resilience and sustained happiness. Just ask my buddy Rich Divini. Matter of fact, you like a book, Attributes? Go check out Rich Divini's book, The Attributes. It's amazing. Let's talk about application now, because you guys know my model by now. It's what, why, lesson, and apply. So let's talk about how we're going to apply this. Implementing principle 110 into my daily life. By applying this principle effectively requires regular reflection and adjustment of your expectations. For instance, before a major presentation, instead of expecting outright perfection and acclaim, prepare for constructive feedback and view it as a growth opportunity. Similarly, in relationships, rather than expecting others to always understand and to meet your needs intuitively, communicate openly and set realistic expectations about outcomes. And another actionable way to apply this is by using a weekly review session where you examine the expectations that you had for the week and compare them to what actually transpired and learn from any discrepancies. This ongoing practice will help you gradually align your expectations more closely with reality, improving your overall contentment and reducing stress. So let me talk a little bit about the emotional and psychological benefits. You guys are almost there. I'm right here near the end. Adopting this mindset has profound emotional benefit. It reduces anxiety and stress because you're no longer wrestling with the constant disappointment of reality not meeting your overstuffed expectation. It fosters a more positive outlook as you start to view challenges as expected and manageable parts of the process rather than deviations from the plan. So I'm going to wrap up Principle 110 here. Principle 110 is not just about lowering expectations. And if that's what you got out of this, I want you to go back and watch it again. But it's about setting them appropriately within the vast landscape of reality. This reframing leads to more realistic and achievable goals, which in turn fosters a greater sense of accomplishment and less emotional turmoil. Embrace the principle, apply it consistently, and watch how it transforms your approach to challenges and enriches your life's journey. Listen, thank you for tuning in. And remember, fit your expectations within reality, not the other way around. Let's grow together in understanding and applying these life-changing perspectives. Again, I'm Derek. Thanks for your time. If you don't have the playbook, get it. Always be solving puzzles. Just makes you smarter. Price out.